Hey, Dr. Amanda here with a money magnet tip for you. Today, we're going to talk about how overwhelm stops you from getting into productive action. And I'm going to show you my spreadsheet, a really simple action step to help you reduce overwhelm so that you can get into productive action and attract those clients and experience money magnetism. So, overwhelm kills productivity because anytime you're in a state of overwhelm, you're creating an energetic state of being that creates resistance. And resistance is the number one reason that you don't manifest what you want easily. So when you have too much on your plate, just imagine you have a big plate and you have so many tasks on it, you get into a state of overwhelm. So you feel stressed, you feel like you never have enough time. You hear yourself saying things like, I'm never going to get this done. And you wake up in the morning when your alarm goes off and you're just going, oh my God, I've got so much to do. That state of overwhelm is causing everything you do to be harder. So here's a really simple action that you can take. This will take less than 5 minutes and it'll help you reduce your overwhelm and get into productive action that leads to results. So let's break it down. All right, I call this my Law of Attraction for Business Productive Action Plan. And these are the steps that you're going to follow in order to optimize your time, get into productive action, reduce that overwhelm that I was talking about. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is do a brain dump list. Now, if you do this every single day, you will notice yourself getting way more productive with your time because you're not holding on to all of the thoughts and all of the tasks in your mind. Instead, you have it written out in a spreadsheet that is easy to see everything that you have going on. It will help you reduce the overwhelm and the stress, potentially the anxiety or fear around all the things you've got to do as an entrepreneur. So first, you're just going to start by brain dumping everything that's on your mind. So this could be social media posting. So social media posting. Let's say for me, it'd be a podcast episode, right? So I would type in here all of the things. It's hard to type and talk at the same time. There we go. Podcast episode, perhaps lead gen. And get specific here. What part of lead gen? Let's say DMs. Let's say an ad that you're creating. It could be you've got emails to follow up on. Follow up would be something that's on your mind. Let's fix that there. Follow up. What about maybe you're releasing a newsletter every week? So you have the newsletter. What else could you have on your list? You might have research. Perhaps you're running a group coaching program, so you're talking to the members of your group coaching, or this could be that you're spending time on individual coaching, so one-on-one coaching. Okay, so that's enough of the list for now. Of course, yours might be a lot longer. I want you to brain dump every single thing that you can think of that is on your mind. The more that you dump, the easier your life will get, the more efficient your time will become. The next step you're going to take is to prioritize your time or prioritize the task so that you can decide what to do next. So prioritizing your time would look like, or the task would look like you saying, okay, social media posting, how high of a priority is this today? And I want you to be thinking about this in a daily way. So of all these tasks that are on your mind, what's the most important task of today? Let's say for me, I release my podcast episodes on Wednesdays. So let's say it's Monday and I have not yet organized my podcast episode. I haven't recorded it. That's going to be a 1 for me. Social media posting, this gets done by my team. So this might be, okay, well, that's not as high on the radar. So maybe it's a 2. My lead gen is a daily important task because if I'm not doing lead gen daily, then my business doesn't grow. So this is a very high priority. I'm going on a scale of 1 to 10. Let's say an ad. For you, let's say you're just learning ads, and this has to do with time learning ads. Let's say that's a 3 on your priority list for today. Perhaps email can be done at the end of the day, and you want to Parkinson's law it and only spend 1 hour maximum on email. So you go, okay, that's a 5. Follow-up. Perhaps you batch your follow-up. So you have follow-up happening on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if it's Monday, you would think, okay, that I need to do that by the end of today. So that's a 5 today. My newsletter goes out on a Wednesday, so let's put that as a 10 today. That's really not a high priority. Research on what? I forgot what I said, so let's ignore that for now because I can't remember what I said. Group coaching. If you have a group coaching program, let's say you're prepping something for it and it happens every Thursday, well, that's a low priority today because you don't need to do that immediately. If you have a one-on-one coaching client, today, what level of priority is that? If you have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, then it's not a high priority today. So you're going to put a 10. So this is just an example of how you would prioritize your list. Then you want to look at the time to complete. So first start with the ones. The one, okay, it takes 1 hour for me to prep and record an episode. So 1 hour. Lead gen. That is let's say you dedicate 2 hours a day to lead gen, 2 hours. Then I'd go, okay, now the 2, I would look at the time there. Social media posting. I'm dedicated to creating 1 post a day, let's say, and it takes me 30 minutes. So that's 30 minutes. Okay, start there. This would be the most efficient way to do this. Start there, and then you write out the action plan for each of these. And then when they're complete, then you move to the next priority. So then you'd go to number 3, then you'd go to number 5. Let's say you only get to 1 and 2 and 3 today. Then you know exactly what to work on tomorrow because you've knocked those out. So you want to use this as a daily strategy to prioritize your time. So in the 3-step action plan, let's just look at one example. So this is a 1. So if my podcast episode needs to be recorded, I would say record, or actually at first I'd say write the script, then record, and then upload to file for VA. Okay, so that's the action step. And then I write out, okay, what's the action step now for the lead gen? And you write out your action steps. So it's whatever the 3 steps are. It could be 1 to 3 steps. And then and do that for 1, 2, and 3. So I would do 3 at a time. And then when it's complete, you check it off and you move to the next. So I'd go, okay, I'm going to do this first. Then I'm going to go to the next number 1. I check it off when it's complete. And then I move to the next. Now let's say I get through all of those and then I look at the next on my list. Okay, ads are next. So then I would do the exact same thing again. I do numbers 3, 5, 5. I get all those done. I go to 10, 10, 10. If you're moving on to the next day, you can just copy and paste this below. I typically like to do, when I do a spreadsheet system, I just do 5, a weekly spreadsheet, and then you just add the dates at the bottom and keep adding to it. So you can organize this however you like. I just want you to get the overall strategy here. Brain dumping is such a powerful way to optimize your time, create a productive action plan so that you can get high ROI results every single week. If you would like this template, just DM me, reply to the email, comment wherever you're watching this, and I will send you a link to this template so that you can practice using it yourself and implement this strategy in order to be a time productivity master. Until next time, I'm sending you money magnet high fives.